Don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. I just need your body, baby, from dusk till dawn. You don't need experience to turn me out. You just leave it all up to me.
It was always a good affiliate association, meaning that many people needed other resources in our community, but they might not know where they were, who they were. The Urban League was always known as a place to come and read the bulletin board. If you were an agency or a group wanting to do something, where would you put your flyers? You'd put them at the Urban League.
Urban League is a service agency, but God has blessed me enough to be in contact with people for services that the Urban League do not provide. But God has blessed me enough to put me in contact with these people where I got telephone numbers and names. And even if someone call up here for service we don't provide, I know where to send them. And I know that I'm not here by accident.
I had gone to LPN school and I really enjoyed it. And so Henry approached me and asked me if I wanted to get my RN. And he said that the Bay State Medical School of Nursing was looking for, women of color, students of color. So he was quite instrumental in getting me into the program.
Well, like I said, I got sent out for jobs, and there was a time that the Urban League was making sure that people of color, minorities, women, had good paying jobs in places that normally didn't hire minorities. They were at the front door making sure we were there in numbers and we were represented. So that's one thing that the Urban League was doing when I was really a part of the Urban League, making sure doors were broke down so people of color and women had good paying positions.
The Urban League of Springfield had its real beginning in 1913 with an idea conceived by St. John's pastor, Reverend Dr. William N. DeBerry. During this period, one of the most significant events of the League's history occurred: the acquisition through philanthropy of the property in North Brookfield, Mass. to establish the historic Camp Atwater.
Camp Atwater is a historic institution that has served thousands of young people from all around the United States for 92 years now. This is our 92nd year.
I'm fairly young, but I've been a part of the Urban League for more than half my life. From a young person going to Camp Atwater at 7 years old.
Was the nursing up at Camp Atwater, because it was an overnight camp. I would go for 2 weeks. That's what I have done both girls seasons and boys season. It was a good experience because I never had a camping experience on my own, but it was a good experience to see all that was available to the young people. No, no. They had for the staff. They had lodging for the staff.
But originally back in the 80s when we were there, we slept in the cabins. Yeah, we went up on the hill. We had our cabin back there and our primitive shower.
Went there as a kid, and I was second generation. My father attended the camp in the 30s, and I was there in the 60s, and my children attended in the 80s.
Too many mosquitoes. I'm too old for that now. And the mosquitoes even bite in the daytime.
In subsequent years, there were many significant events that took place. These activities were primarily during the tenure of Mr. Alexander B. Mapp. Since the transition years of the 60s, the Urban League has primarily been noted for its social, cultural, educational, workforce development, and community work. The League operates a range of services impacting children to mature adults.
The thing that is really significant about the Urban League Centennial Celebration is is the fact that we are able to have a centennial celebration. And so we are proud of that. We think that we are fortunate that we have had the level of support. We can get energized by looking back and seeing the impact that we've had on the thousands and thousands of people, and that kind of impact on the community in which you serve is an awesome accomplishment. But as much as this celebration is about yesterday, it is even more about tomorrow. The four things that we think are critically important are: one, health and wellness. The other leg we think is critically important is education and development. And the other two things are wealth, access, and civic engagement. And we think that if we focus on the things that are going to have the strongest impact on the quality of life of individuals, families, and community at large, we're going to be able to again hold our heads high and be able to say a job well done.
Happy 100th year celebration to the Urban League of Springfield. And may you have many, many, many more.
Happy 100th anniversary to the Urban League of Springfield.
So to Henry, to the Urban League family, I understand it's 100 years that they're celebrating. May the League have another 100 wonderful years, and to remember to do what you've always done, helping minorities, women of color to have good positions as jobs and in the community.
Happy 100th celebration to the Urban League of Springfield.
Happy 100th celebration to the Urban League of Springfield.
And happy 100th celebration to the Urban League of Springfield. Thank you. Happy birthday to you.